Good evening, dear participants. Please somebody tell me whether my voice is audible or not.
Audible, ma'am. It's fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Audible, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, hello.
Dr. Girish, good evening.
Sir, good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, good.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Going?
Thank you very much.
How's the event going on?
The event is going well, sir. Very good.
Good.
We'll wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start at 5:03, sir.
Yeah, no issues. I'll be online. You let me know.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you. Hello, sir. Sir, sir, hello. Sir, sir, we'll start slowly. We'll introduce, then we can start slowly, sir. Hello. Is that okay, sir? Can we start? Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Madam, ready? Thank you. Very good evening, one and all. Once again, welcome you to this online 1 week international student and faculty development program on role of transportation engineers towards sustainable roads and traffic safety as a part of Road Safety Month 2021. Today we have a renowned speaker, Engineer Ratnakar Reddy. I take this privilege to request faculty coordinator Manasa to introduce our today's speaker.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Manasa Vatswai, Assistant Professor at the Department of Civil Engineering in Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women. Today, in this evening, I am here to take the privilege of introducing our today's speaker and guest, Mr. KB Ratnakar Reddy Garu, who is the Managing Director of Infra Support Engineering Consultants Private Limited. I'll just take the privilege to introduce him. Mr. K.B. Ratnakar Reddy was born and brought up in a small village in Srinivaspur Taluk, Kolar district, Karnataka. He completed his school education in government schools at his village and was graduated in civil engineering from SIT, Tumkur in 1998. And he had obtained his master's degree in highway engineering from UVCE in 2001 from Bangalore University with a gold medal. Mr. Reddy has over 20 years of experience in design and project management of several roads, highways, urban infrastructure, and transportation projects. He had authored or co-authored over 13 technical papers which were published and presented in national, international proceedings and journals like IRC, TRB, etc. He is also a life member of Indian Road Congress, Indian Concrete Institute, and also was past elected council member of Indian Road Congress. He is the founder and managing director of Infra Support Engineering Consultants Private Limited, a company which was started in 2007 at Bangalore and has over 250 engineers working on various infrastructure projects. Infra Support provides consultancy services from the concept to design, the construction supervision and project management for the various infrastructure projects like roads or highways, traffic or transportation, buildings or structures, railways and urban infrastructure in India and abroad. The company is listed under the 10 most valuable engineering and infrastructure companies, says the Insight Success magazine in the edition of November 2016. Apart from all these things, Mr. Reddy has received Professor CEG Jesto Gold Medal for his outstanding performance in ME Highway Engineering, Bangalore University 2001. He is also a recipient of Century International Quality Era Award, Geneva, Switzerland 2015. He is also a recipient of ICI's Young Engineer of Karnataka for the year 2015 for his outstanding work in civil engineering. He is also a receiver of Young Entrepreneur Award from the Indian Council of Commerce and Industry, Delhi in the year 2016. With this brief introduction, I'd like to call him on the stage to share few words of wisdom. Sir, please, take off.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Manasa, for
Thank you, sir.
this introduction. While you are introducing, I now realize that it's 20 years I completed my master's. Okay. So, can I go for screen sharing?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Audible?
Yes, audible. Perfect, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, well, the theme of this technical lectures, I think the whole week-long lectures is as part of traffic safety month. I think in India, every year this month is being celebrated as a traffic safety month, and it's good that at least we talk about safety in at least in this month, if not the whole year. So when we talk about safety, so we need to see why do we talk about safety and road accidents and all about. Obviously, we're going to talk about only on the road safety. Well, as the country started growing economically, and as the population also started growing up, the industrialization, the employment opportunities have all added increased livelihood, and also the affordability of owning vehicles and traveling long distances, as well as daily travel to the office and workplace using your personal vehicles, and that comes with a lot of costs. Added to this is while we are adding about more than 200 300 towns every year, as per the census. So we have more than 11,000 towns in our country, and these towns and cities have growing day in and day out because of the increase in population. And these towns and cities are also not planned, and they are just being, grown out of proportion. So again, the safety and all the issues, fall in place. So as the more vehicles on the road, more people, then accidents will happen and are happening. Now, what is the normally, you all know that, these are all been managed and governed by the government, state governments or central governments. And as what is government is doing? Of course, government, we can't say government is not doing anything, but they are doing certain things. For example, okay, if they think the road is narrow, they are widening some of the roads, and 4 lane to 6 lane, 6 lane to 8 lanes, they're adding more lanes. They find that a junction is a problem, they're constructing an underpass or flyover. And they also talk about building access control highways, they're called expressways. And they also conduct road safety programs, awareness. Government is doing a lot of things, but then on the ground, it is not reducing our accidents and fatalities. If you look at the statistics of road accidents in India, these numbers are for the year 2016, but as in 2017, 18, 19, except 20 because of the COVID, the accidents and fatalities have come down. But on an average, every year, about 4 lakh accidents happen in our Indian roads. Out of 4 lakh accidents, at least 1.5 lakh people die, and more than 5 lakh injured, right? And these are all as per the recorded accident statistics. So what it translates is there were 1,317 accidents and 413 persons killed every day on our roads, which again translates to 55 accidents and 17 deaths every hour. And you will be amazed or you will be surprised to see that there will be one death every 3.5 minutes. So the 1 hour we are going to now talk, on this lecture, about 60 minutes, and roughly 15 people would have already died in the road accidents. I think it is really a worrisome, and it has to be brought down. And if you look at the world statistics, more than a million, accidents happen, and off of that, less than half of that in our India only. So we have reason to really worry. Now, if you see where all these accidents happening, which are the states? Again, like I said in the first slide, the industrialization, employment opportunities, economic development, whichever the states has it, the accidents are also more there. If you see, look at Tamil Nadu. We all know that Tamil Nadu has the highest, density of national highways. Road development are very well done in Tamil Nadu. I mean, in terms of quantity. Then we got Madhya Pradesh, then we have Karnataka, Maharashtra, Kerala. So wherever we are doing a lot of road developments, adding more and more roads, accidents are increasing. Okay, it's a worrisome. And where there is no development, the accidents are less. The point I'm making is not we should not build roads, but we should build safer roads and reduce accidents and fatalities. Now, coming back to cities, okay, these are all states, and accidents do happen in cities and towns and highways. Now, in city, if you see, Chennai has about 7,500 accidents, Delhi has 7,000, Bangalore has 5,000, Indore, Kolkata, Mumbai. So it again shows, cities are not very safe, and accidents do happen there very often. And if you add all these 10,000 tons, obviously you'll have more number of accidents. So one of the things we all know that the causes of accidents are many, including your user behavior, driver behavior, something on the road design aspects, infrastructure, all that. So if you see from the statistics report, it's a published report, 9,500 accidents occurred and resulted in killing of 3,396 people on speed breakers. Wherever the speed breakers have been constructed, they are supposed to be reducing the speed of vehicles, but they have become killers, all the speed breakers. Why? Because there will be lack of painting of the speed breakers, lack of information, lack of signboards which in advance inform the driver that there is a speed breaker, and then they come at very high speed, the accidents happen and people die. And then the other contributor is potholes, and especially in cities, towns, and some of the roads where their roads are not being managed well, you got more than 2,300 people die out of just potholes. And I mean, we should be shameful as a transportation and civil engineers that we allow people to die because we are not managed the maintain the road well. And then comes to where there is a two-lane, the two-way movement of traffic is more prone to collision. And again, if it's a single lane, that is single carriageway, most of the rural roads are single lane carriageways. There are more accidents, and there are more four-lane divided and six-lane and all. Accidents are less, but fatalities will be more because of the speed. That's a different discussion itself. So if we further break it down and see what is the share of accidents vehicle type, right? And if you see, the biggest or more vulnerable vehicle is always a two-wheeler. So 33.8, 1/3 of road accidents are due to two-wheelers. And because the two-wheelers are very unsafe on our roads, because we don't even consider them in our design. We always design keeping car in our mind, but more than 40% of the users in all the rural rural India is two-wheelers. And of course, even in the city also, about 30 to 40% is the range. We have been doing a lot of traffic surveys in most of the places. This range, earlier it was about 50%, about 10, 15 years back, and now it is reducing, but not less than 30, 35%. So two-wheelers are more vulnerable. And then you have cars, jeeps, taxis, that is 23%. Then auto rickshaws, mostly in town and nearby town areas. Then of course you got trucks, tempos, all together commercial vehicles is about 21%. So the point I want to make here is we have to see which vehicles are vulnerable, right? And whenever we are doing the design, we should make sure they're all considered in our safety aspect. And then that is accidents slide. And if you see fatalities, okay, the number of people again killed because of an accident, again with respect to the vehicle they use, again it is two-wheelers. Again, one third of the total people die is because of two-wheelers. And next is cars, and next is your other motor vehicles. So again, the pedestrians, if you see on the top blue color, it is about 10%. And bicycles is 1.7%. Though in most of our cities, I mean, we don't use any more bicycles. They will be mostly in small towns. But pedestrian accidents and pedestrian deaths is an alarming issue, and it's causing a worry for all the urban road safety engineers because we are not building safer footpaths and safe road crossings for them. Well, then what happens when an accident happens? The police department, they are the enforcing agency. They go and record based on their information what is the cause for the road accidents. And if you look at here, majority, more than 80% of the reason is fault of driver of motor vehicle. It is a driver fault is more than 80%. And then you have all minor things, okay? But if you see the red color what I marked, engineering or designing fault of roads, defect in road condition, okay? It is very minuscule. But don't get misled by these numbers. What happens in an accident report is the insurance aspect is also attached. So it's a long theory. They will make sure that it is not because of any design fault of the road or anything. If they do really like that, it's said the insurance will not be able to claim by the person who made an accident. That's why they give all other reasons. But we must all know that there is a significant contribution of our road design and road infrastructure in the accidents. So when we say safe or safer or safety, what does that safe mean? The safe, I mean, in terms of the design of our roads, road infrastructure, safe and comfortable for pedestrians, first priority. Safe and convenient for vehicles. Safe and hassle-free for the houses or establishments to get an access. And safe and sustainable for environment. So all these are part of safer designs, right? And when we are making the road infrastructure safe, or what's making our roads unsafe, if you look at the three major aspects. One is we got a road and we have a vehicle used on the road, and we have a human being, that is ourselves. We are using that vehicle and we are driving on the road infrastructure. So human behavior, vehicle, and infrastructure. So there are various parameters that will go in each of these three aspects. So we are interested in infrastructure. So we'll talk about infrastructure, because there may be driver mistakes, driver errors. They'll all be always there. Even though if you design best road, best intersection, chances that there might be an accident because the user of the vehicle may end up not really using it properly. So in the infrastructure or road, so we three stages. One is on the planning side, another is on the design side, and the third one is on the maintenance. So when we say planning, where should we plan? For example, if you are designing a new national highway or a state highway, new road. Now, if we go back as civil engineers, I think you might have studied our maybe transportation theory or highway design in your undergraduate, and you would have touched the basics of highway engineering, highway planning, and all. So in one of the chapters of the highway planning, they talk about, okay, your road should connect to the villages, connect to the cities. That's how we learn highway planning. But I mean, these current situations, it doesn't hold good. When we plan a high-speed road, we actually plan away from the city and away from the town. Why? Because getting into the town is one is very unsafe. The speeds will come down, prone to accidents and all. So we go away. So planning makes a big impact in the making roads safer. If you don't touch any of these towns and villages, your road will be 50% safer. And if you plan an elevated junctions, okay, flyovers, underpasses, then you are solving another 25% of accidents. And if you're planning service roads for all the crossroads entries, people will come into the service roads and then they enter the highway through a acceleration lane, or exit from the highway to this service road through a de-acceleration lane, then your further road becomes safe. So these are all part of planning. And next comes, once you plan this, how well we design in terms of safe stopping distance or overtaking distance, the curvature required, they all come under the design aspects. Then your maintenance. So that where, if you don't maintain well, suppose, for example, signboards are missing, or, carriageways, potholes, or there is no painting on the speed breakers, again, that will make the road unsafe. So now, this is in contrary to what we practice in our country. In what we practice, whenever we design a highway is, we give priority to the vehicles. We start from there. But actually now all the safety experts and, road design engineers are moving, other way around. So we are prioritizing where to start. Okay. So first is for pedestrians and persons with limited mobility. So that is your maximum priority. Then is your public transport, then your cyclists, then goods vehicles, then two-wheeled vehicles, and then private automobiles. Now this is the priority we are moving towards. Design of urban streetscape. So we are ensuring more safety and access to non-motorized transport, and then move towards the motorized transport. For example, these are some of the designs and works we have been doing. This is a photo of some streets in Bangalore, but you can all relate this to your own towns, your own cities. If you look at here, we have a road, but there are no footpaths for people to walk. And in the absence of footpaths, people will walk on the carriageway. And if you are on the carriageway, you are actually interfering with the space supposed to be meant for vehicles. And the resulting consequences are accidents, right? Whereas you have footpaths, very wide footpaths, but there is no space for people to walk. And then, in the absence of space to walk, they will again enter onto the carriageway, and again it leads to accidents. Then you have some footpaths, but then you have so many obstructions on it, or you dump a lot of things, or you don't give a proper drain slabs and all. Again, people will walk on the footpath, or they trip on these surfaces. Then there is a unsafety. Then you have seen this very common way of people cross the roads, and traffic police will put some barricades, and then people will try to cross on those barricades, again unsafe. Then come to junctions, okay? And in every town, every highway, every city, we have junctions, and junctions are the ones which are very accident prone. But of all the accidents, at least one third, up to one third of the accidents happen at junctions, right? And if you don't design, if you don't channelize, it is open for anybody and everybody to go in whichever direction they want. And the maintenance part, when I said, if you don't maintain something like this, it is bound to cause accidents and loss of people. If you see this, video, this old video from our own highways, this is a well-designed, fairly well-designed, junction. But if you see the accident on a daylight, it's only because there are no signboards, there are no any way of indications, that vehicles are moving here, and there is no signal. So actually, you can never have a junction like this, and there is no signal. Okay, so the accidents do happen. So the way forward is look at this priority, and then make sure we design the infrastructure in a right way. So I will just take you through one or two design junctions that we have been designing. This is a road in Bangalore. This is an airport road in the city. So when we gone through this entire stretch of about 6 kilometers, we found there are junctions which are to be redesigned, not very safe. So basically, we identified which are the bottlenecks, and the objective for us to make sure the junctions are designed and made safe, and also allow the through traffic to move continuously in hindrance free. Okay. So, for example, we selected first junction. That is first junction. If you see here on the top, I've given how it is at the present situation, that is existing condition, and below is what we have made as a redesigned junction. Okay, so one is so if you see here, this is the airport road, and it comes like this. All the traffic come here and then go take right turn or go straight here, and this is one way. All the traffic moves like this. Right now, what is happening? There's a small roundabout, and some advertisement is displayed here, and you got a channelizing element here and channelizing element here. Nothing else. There's a foot overbridge here for people to go up. So what it means is people will be supposed to climb up and cross this road through a foot overbridge, and like this get down or go this side. Okay, this is what they thought, but nobody uses foot overbridge here, because if somebody can just walk cross like this, in 10 seconds or 20 seconds, climb all the way 5.5 meters, that is 20 feet above the staircase, and then cross this small road. So the accidents do happen here, and then there will be traffic chaos also many times. So what we did, if you see this junction, uh, here, look, we created a left channelizing path for all the left turning moments. Okay, we put a median here like this. This is a complete median. So the left turning people keep on moving here all the way, right? And those who want to go right, again another dedicated right turn is here. And people who want to go straight, they will just come and wait here. Okay. And this is the left and straight movement. And we ask, traffic police to put a signal here, because people have to cross in all directions. Then you put a pedestrian, signal there. So by doing this, what is happening? One, this chaos of people, vehicles coming all the way and stopping here. Even somebody who wants to go to straight turn is actually waiting here, blocking this left turn, and this guy will also wait. So it was like a chaos. So what we turned this kind of chaos junction into a very orderly movement junction, right? So what is the outcome of this? One is the vehicles will move very efficiently here. They know exactly where to come. For example, if you're going left, you will be on the left lane. If you go mid, you are on the mid lane. If you're going right, you are on the right lane. Then people will cross based on the traffic signal. There is a green time given to them. So it became a more safe and efficient junction. So what is the effort? The effort is very less. Just little application of engineering and common sense, and turn this junction. Earlier also there were islands. Now also there are islands. Earlier also there was a median. Now also we got a median. But only thing we have extended in a proper and right method. And then enough footpaths are designed, all this blue color, so that people, pedestrians can easily walk here, which was again missing earlier in these places. So we have one more junction. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if you look at this junction, okay, now this is a three-leg junction, and what's happening here is, again, a kind of island is created here, and there is another channelizing island. So the vehicles would come like this, wait here for signal, take a U-turn like this, go here, and these vehicles come here. Look at this geometry and all this. Okay, so they'll wait here for the signal, and they go all the way like this they go, right? And the right turning traffic here, again they come here, take a right turn like this, and go based on the signal or traffic police directions. So what we did to this junction is this. We actually closed this median, right? And there was already some kind of mural was present here, and we did not want to remove that. That's why we created a kind of landscape like this, so that the mural is protected, and also we'll have a smooth geometry. So what we made essentially here is we close this median, made all this movement through. We cut down this right turning traffic because we found out that this road, whichever the road is leading to here, has another access much before to reach, to this road. So there is no point in keeping so many accesses and for a small amount of traffic, because this right turning traffic is about 2% of the total traffic in this junction. So we didn't want this 2% of traffic to eventually slow down or cause delays to this 98% of the traffic, and also lead to entire chaos and jams for about 1 or 2 kilometers. So we redesigned this. We designed this channel, channelizing island like this. All left will go like this. Left in, left out will go like this. This will be continuous through traffic, and this will be again through traffic. There is an access here from five-star hotel and few communities here. They will always come down like this. For them, we have created a small red light, okay, and they will have to wait and come. So there was another interesting thing, because authorities said, you cannot completely close this, because you see this road here, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, is official house, that is home office was here. And whenever the CM comes in this road, especially from airport and all that, so they didn't want him to go all the way and take a turn and come back like this. So we have created a emergency gate here, kind of entry exit. This is completely manned by traffic police, because the traffic police booth will be always here because of the movement of VIP movement here, and CM was there. So we made sure that this will be opened whenever he comes. He will not come every day, and he may come even if he comes only one time. So this kind of intervention made sure that at least about 7 to 8 minutes of travel time is saved for these vehicles, and it became safe. And we also have made a pelican sign here for a pedestrian to cross, because this is all one-way movement like this. And we made this whole junction safer with all the required signboards, lane markings, everything. Next, we have another junction. So what happened here is, it is an underpass actually. So here, if you see this road, this 3+3 lanes will go below through the underpass, and this is above the underpass, that is at grade. And if you look at here, this is not well designed. If you see here, look at this highline. Look at this width. Okay, look at this width. The space here is only for one vehicle to go here as a ramp, but the space created here is about more than 3 lanes. So what happens whenever the signal is here, all the vehicles come here and stop here. And the moment green comes, all the vehicles keeps entering here. Since you got only one vehicle to go here, and you got 3 to 4 vehicles are in a line, it becomes a bottleneck. This is what we call bottleneck in our traffic theory. So it's a bottleneck. So the negotiating will take time and resulting long queues. So what we make sure in traffic engineering, we say something. Nothing should be less, nothing should be more in terms of space. So you should never have lane widths more than what is required and less than what is required. So we made sure that, okay, these 2 lanes are demarcated properly, and only give 2 vehicles to come and 2 vehicles to go. Increase this island. Similarly here, similarly here, similarly here. And also we made a dedicated U-turn here like this, and again dedicated U-turn like this. And we block 2 median openings on both sides of this underpass, so that all vehicles come over the underpass, take a U-turn and here, go here, and take a U-turn and go here. By doing this, this junction has become very efficient, and also reduction in time for the through traffic. And again, all these footpaths reworked so that people have enough space to walk, and then there's a proper zebra crossing for them to cross this junction, right, which was missing earlier. And when you don't have zebra crossings neatly marked, people would cross wherever they want because they will not know where to cross. So you make sure you have marked well, and you put a traffic sign, I mean signboard here saying this is where you cross, this is where you cross. People will actually follow it. Only problem is we don't inform, and we don't create right infrastructure for people to use. So like this, all these junctions have been redesigned. And then the carriageway, the median, the footpaths, if you see a road like this on the left, you know we easily converted to a road like this on the right, right? These are all in the design. Footpaths, this is how the footpaths work. You convert these footpaths into safe and walkable. Same again, this is how the footpaths convert this into safe, walkable with some greeneries, a pleasant appearance. Then, if you see, now you might have heard, in Bangalore, we are doing something called tender sure design of roads. Then we are doing smart cities, and now throughout the country, everybody is, taking those, design aspects. The idea is, if you have a road like this, uh, you got about 4 lanes or 3 lanes and footpaths like this. Can we make this as an inclusive road so that there will be fast moving vehicles, slow moving vehicles, and all? How about converting this road to something like this, right? You have a road like this, couple of lanes, and a narrow footpath. Just convert this into still your 3 lanes. You create a cycle lane, then you create a good footpath. There is a traffic, signal for safe crossing. There's a raised pedestrian crossing. Look at all this. Can you make this road more lively? How dull and boring this road is? How safe and vibrant this changes. And this is what now people want, and the planners and the designers are also working towards it, making how to make these urban roads and streetscape more safe and vibrant. Similarly, okay, we have a metro going on, and then fairly good. If you see, this footpath is good, and you got a good carriageway here. Someone might say, what's wrong with this? But there's nothing wrong with this. But we can still make it more inclusive. Do something like this, right? Vehicles will be here, people will cross here. If you look at here, this entire length, there is no space for people to cross. So do you expect, people will walk about a kilometer and then cross and then come walk back a kilometer? No, everybody, it's a human psychology. They would like to take the least possible walkable route. They will simply walk here, jump here. And by doing that, some will not really anticipate the consequence, and then the accident will happen. Instead of that, create like this, right? Good footpath, cycle lane to cross, safety, signboard, everything, okay? Now, the other one, okay? This is also fairly good, but then obviously no footpath and all. This is not in Bangalore, this is in Delhi, okay? Now look at the change, right? And you still have carriageway. Again, this is inclusive, okay? This is more vibrant, and this is more safe, and this is more inclusive, right? So, in the nutshell, what the point I'm driving in this lecture is that as all of you civil engineers, will be graduating and becoming maybe good urban designers or road designers, keep the priority in mind while you're designing, from when most vulnerable to the least vulnerable, that is non-motorized transport to motorized transport. And if the road should be inclusive in all respects, okay, it should be usable by people to walk safely, cycles, two-wheelers, cars, then if it is trucks, right? End of the day, we spend a lot of money, we talk about big projects, we talk all of things, and we want to build bigger cities and more cities, but we just forget one fundamental aspect. All this we create for us, I mean the people. If these things are not safe for us, so what's the point in creating, building roads, building cities, building towns, right? They're all meant for access and movement. It is for us. And they have to be very friendly for people, and they should not become death traps, right? So this is about the lecture, and I'll just open if anyone has some questions and clarifications. Dr. Paula, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. You're able to hear me, sir.
Pardon me?
You're able to hear me.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very much, sir. Yeah, thank you very much for your keen insights of road safety, getting us most possible ways towards a smart city and different new projects that are happening across different cities. I request the participants to post your questions in the chat, or you can unmute and talk, so that Ratnakar Reddy sir is very happy to share his experience.
Please, you are free to ask, whatever you want. Don't worry whether it's a silly question or maybe a small thing. Feel free so that we can discuss. I mean, I'll answer. Okay, I think nobody is interested, Paula. We both will talk.
Okay, sir, fine. Uh, I have a question, sir. I'd like to see the chat.
There's something in chat box.
There is no chat. That's fine, sir. There are a couple of students in this session. So,
Yeah.
would you like to suggest something like towards more, projects that they can do towards improving safety?
For the students?
Yeah, for the students. Yes, sir.
Well, I think especially the civil engineering students have more to do on the road safety, uh, because we think mostly the accidents can be avoided by a proper human behavior or driving behavior. But then what happens is when you are on the road, when you are driving, you forget all that, you have to be safe, that you should reach home safely. Many people in a different situation, somebody would be driving late to his office or meeting, and someone will be in a annoyed mood, and the way he drives. So one thing we all should do is we must bring in a lot of awareness to the people that a small mistake you do on the road will cost you a death. Not only your death, I mean, the whole family will be suffered. The objective is to make sure nobody dies on the road. I mean, if anybody wants to really die, I mean, they can join Indian Army and go fight at the border and protect this nation and give their life. not simply waste life as it is on a road. So while we have a responsibility of designing proper roads, one is awareness. The one thing what all the students can do is wherever you live. Okay, right now due to COVID, you might have be living in your own villages or towns. If you see an unsafe junction, if you see a blind spot on any of the road, if you see a sharp curve which might cause accident or which accidents are happening, please write that to the authorities. Right, make a take a pen and paper, just write to your R&B department or the local municipality, right, saying that look, I am so and so, I found this location is very unsafe for unsafe and accidents will happen. My suggestion is you please improve this. Okay, this one simple act can change. Okay, and couple of accidents can be reduced, couple of lives reduced, lives can be saved, right? So do this one small thing. Okay, then when you start doing this, you can also do, okay, fine, look, this is how the junction, and this is how it can be designed. Okay, you can really design one, may not be the best design, but a better one. Send that also, tell that okay, this is how you can do it. This way, as engineers, you can contribute to a better infrastructure. And third one is, whomever you meet, your own family people or friends, anybody, you always tell them, they have to drive safely. And for that, there are a lot of materials available in the internet you can download. And we also, tomorrow, we have one of our experts from US, Dr. Narsimurthy, will be talking more about this road safety and prevention and all that. And me and Dr. Murthy, we are collaborating and starting a one program called DEEP, and which Dr. Palagirish also has gone through it. And we can do some more workshops on it. But right now, you start with this on your route daily, wherever you go from college to home, or at your hometown. Identify those locations. You write to the authorities, write to the municipality or R&B and people, and tell that this is very unsafe. That way, you can bring a lot of awareness.
So there is a question in chat. Can you are you able to see that chat question? Or should I read?
Say again. Could not hear.
There is a question I have posted in the chat, sir. It is one of the questions from the participant.
Okay, let me check. So Mr. Satish is saying, what can you explain again? I lost my internet connectivity fully. What is that? So I've seen the okay, rise pedestrian. My question is, if suppose someone using the wheelchair, someone using how they would walk there in a safe manner. Okay, now there is a way to design, right? And the raised pedestrian, are we called high raised pedestrian crossing? That is the terminology. So it has a slopes, proper slopes, and wheelchair can move on those slopes. Okay, if only thing you have to construct as per the design. If you don't do that, then it's very difficult. Any other question here? Okay. Mr. Rawat has said pedestrian and cyclists are vulnerable to accidents as found in many research papers, and your presentation also shows us a good way to handle the situation. My query is how to deal with the pedestrian and cyclist movements on roads, side friction activities like roadside. Wonderful. That is what, if you look at my presentation, when you are designing the priority is from most vulnerable to least vulnerable. So most vulnerable is pedestrian and cyclist. So our design has to focus on them, give them enough walking space, cycling space, safe crossing designs, then it will be taken care, which unfortunately none of our roads and cities we are doing it. I think we started somewhere in Bangalore and Delhi also they have started. So it's a way forward, and you all will have enough opportunities in next 10 to 20 years to become one of the good designers in bringing all these changes. No more questions. There.
Yeah, I can ask one small question, sir. Sir, actually, we are talking about smart city. Like, say, we are designing footpath, we are designing cycle track, that non-motorized transport facilities. So, partly we are having the mixed traffic as well. Right? So, how do we address the noise pollution or air pollution, which is affecting from the mixed traffic to the non-motorized transport? In that,
So when it comes to noise and air pollution, okay.
it is having little exposure to this
Yeah, yes.
NMD. Yeah.
So that is very important aspect. The noise pollution can be reduced to some extent if your road surface is smooth. If your road surface is not smooth, you'll have more vibrations, more sound comes, can be reduced. Second is, if you design junctions are very efficient, so that you don't have to wait there for long period, your idling time will come down. That is where all the noise comes, right? And now air pollution, well, now moving from BS4, from BS3, BS4, all these things, drastically the pollution has come down. But then we're not enforcing all these old vehicles, more than 10 years, 15 years old, and then some of the auto rickshaws, they use kerosene and all these kind of things should be enforced. Then only your pollution will come down. Now with the invent of electric vehicles, both your noise and air pollution will go away. It will take little more time. More than that, in our cities, we have dust pollution actually. So we have all the roads dug up, everywhere soil. So we have more dust pollution, than our noise and air pollution.
Because it creates a lot of stress, if suppose.
Yeah.
Sir, there is one more question in the chat, sir.
Mr. Manikanta saying, how to reduce animals accidents or death in highways or roads? Is there any solution? Okay. Well, one, the animal deaths happen in forests, okay, and that is very serious concern. And there, the forest departments come out with like closing the gates in the night and reduce speed, sums and all. But that's really a concern. Uh, when we design highways in all these animal areas, we have something called animal crossings. Okay, at every interval, you provide an underpasses where the animals can go in between. But it's still not a 100% solution. Okay. Then we see in highways a lot of dogs. We see all accidents and dogs died, all that. This is really a concern. I don't know a specific method. How do we reduce? But if you drive at slower speeds, obviously you can spot an animal and you can slow and go. As long as we keep in our mind that it's a inclusive, we are all there and animals are there, then nothing will happen. If you don't remember that and you say, road is meant for you, and you are there to drive at very high speeds, no, these deaths will happen. Is there any potholes reduction index for highways? That is reduction of potholes. What I have to do? I don't know. There's a different topic itself, Mr. Satish. Payment management system. I think last time I spoke on payment management system, including potholes. But potholes do cause accidents.
Yeah, I think it's almost done, sir.
Fine. So, shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for accepting once again and collaborating with me. The journey continues from 2016 till date, and hope this goes.
It will continue. It will continue. I love to be, part of students' talks. I think we'll meet quite often.
Yes, sir.
Good. All the best for all your initiatives.
Yes, sir. In spite of busy schedule, you have accepted our invitation, sir. This is not first time. This is nth time. Thank you very much for your kindness. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
I request now the participants to give your feedback using this link, which is given in the chat box. Requested to use the links given in the chat box to give your feedback. We'll once again meet in the tomorrow's slot morning at the city 10